Hey, what's going on, guys? Pretty chill video today. Well, actually, it's going to be a pretty short video anyway, to be honest. Basically, we've been arming Fyperius so much recently that if I fancy playing some Borderlands, but I'm going to be playing on my own because there's no one else online. I've started soloing the dragons because, well, I mean, first of all, I think they're the most fun raid boss, you know. Hyperius is fun, but as I say, we've been farming a lot anyway. G is really samey. Rastus is kind of fun as a challenge, but it's just kind of a large health pool at the end of the day. And Pete doesn't really count, but also they're kind of the most useful raid boss, I think, because this run, for instance, this was the last of a few I was doing, and I was just kind of swapping different bits of gear around, putting buffs in different kind of things, and you know that's the fun of Borderlands is variation and finding these combinations of things to put different emphasis on a class. Do you want critical hit damage, elemental damage, health and healing, etc, etc. And the problem is overpower 8, the scope of what becomes useful anymore really narrows down, and everybody goes out and gets these really kind of specific items from a very small loot pool, because that is what works best at this level, and in some cases it's all that works at this level. But the upside on that is you can take that very small loot pool and you can begin to kind of really fine tune it and get your kind of skill points really kind of in sync with them, and find out what works best for you. Because at the end of the day, like no guide on YouTube's gonna tell you what works best for you. And you know, setup videos are really good, but almost always you're gonna want to swap around skill points for things that you find more useful. You're going to want to use a bit different gear, etc, etc, and that's what I was doing here. So on a run before this I had a class with the Harold, and I stacked all my points into critical hit, and as a result ended up with kind of a really slow fire rate and a slower reload rate, which is something I actually really like. I like kind of those dexterity buffs. So that didn't worked okay. It put down a lot of damage, but I didn't really like it. I didn't like the feel of it. I didn't really feel safe with it on. So for this class I swapped out to the interfacer, and I kind of made up for that lack of critical hit damage by buffing fire elemental damage, and then I had the kind of faster reload and the faster fire rate, and it worked a lot better for me, and I kind of got this quite smooth run. And now I have this new class that we use for other raid bosses that I didn't have before. So I don't know, food for thought. If you're looking for something to do on your own, try taking on well, it doesn't have to be the dragons, but I think they're the best because they cover all the elemental damages. You get attacked unpredictably, and you've got to put out a lot of damage at the same time. So if you kind of take them on, and at first you're not managing to do it like I was getting killed, you just keep fine-tuning your class down and down and down until you find a setup that does beat them, and then the chances are that setup will be a really good raid boss class, and then you can fine-tune it even more until you can do it a lot quicker, and then at that point you will have a really good raid boss class. So I don't know, give it a go. Otherwise, I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time.